What's up, Chad, and welcome to today's video. So, yesterday marked the start of the Arbitrum Odyssey event, which is most probably going to be one of the biggest airdrop and NFT event that we've seen yet so far on the Ethereum layer 2. Now, I just want to go over this airdrop event in a little bit more detail and then what you guys can do to make sure that you qualify for that. So, today marks the first week of the event. It's actually going to be an 8-week long event, as you can see here. For the event agenda, it just tells you what you're going to have to do in each week in order to qualify. So the first week is actually just going to be to bridge some funds over to Arbitrum. So you can see here on this website who is eligible. So it's anybody who bridges funds from either from layer 1 ETH or uses any of these bridges and moves their funds over to Arbitrum that can qualify for that. Now, there are a couple of things to take into consideration. For example, we'll just go over to this Twitter thread that this Limpio guy created. This guy's got a lot of information on all the upcoming airdrops, so if you want to give this guy a follow, then you definitely make sure you're up to date with everything. So we'll just go to it. He just gives a brief overview of the airdrops and what you have to do to qualify in a little bit more detail. Like I say, this guy's really knowledgeable in airdrops. Anything that he says, usually you can take it to be true. So a couple of things to note here is here if you go down to rules of the week, then you can see that anybody who uses a bridge will qualify for the first NFT, and then the second NFT will be given to those users who use the bridge with the most volume. So if you do want both NFTs, you've got to make sure you use the bridge with the most volume, basically. Now, one other thing to take into consideration, a couple of different strategies that you can use. Either you can just simply use the bridge with the most volume to make sure you get the second NFT, or you have the fact that some of the bridges mentioned actually don't have their own token at the moment. There's 4 different ones here, as you can see, that haven't released their own token, which could in the future have their own airdrop. So by using their bridge, then you could qualify yourself for a future airdrop there. Whereas, for example, if you use some of the more popular bridges that are going to have the most volume, which at the moment is Hot Protocol, you can see these guys have already done their airdrop. So there's a couple of different strategies you can use. Just going back here, we go back over to this website here. It's got a lot of interesting information. So if you guys are looking to use the bridge with the most volume, you can clearly see here that Hop is way in the lead. So Hop is the bridge that I'm going to use today to show you guys. So I already did bridge my funds yesterday, and I'm actually just going to use a burner wallet today just to show an example of how to do this for you guys. So if we just head over now to the bridge, this is it, the Hop bridge. Now, one thing you want to make sure that you do if you're using new networks that you've never used, you need to make sure you add them to your MetaMask. So personally, I'm going to be sending my funds from Optimism, which is another layer 2, and I'm going to send that to Arbitrum. But just because I'm doing it this way doesn't mean you need to do it this way. You can send your funds from Polygon or whatever. One thing I would make sure is, we'll just go back to this article. Where is it? There it is. The only asset that counts is ETH. It has to be ETH, and there is no minimum stuff like that. You can just with a small amount, you can still qualify. Obviously, maybe larger volumes may qualify you for larger airdrops, but there is no minimum. But you got to make sure it's ETH. Now, going back here, say for example, I wanted to use Polygon. Now, I'm not able to send ETH through the Polygon network, right? I have to send wrapped ETH. There we go. Yeah, so you have to send wrapped ETH. So I'm not sure that wrapped ETH would count. I'm sure it has to be ETH. So one thing you've got to take into consideration when you're using these bridges and the different networks available on them is you've got to make sure that ETH is available. That's why personally I'm choosing Optimism for this. So yeah, going back to what I was saying before, also what you want to make sure you need to do is, for example, if I'm sending from Optimism and I'm sending to Arbitrum, I need to make sure I have both of these networks added to my MetaMask. Now you can find the information out about these networks pretty easily and then just input them manually into your MetaMask, but a little tip for you guys, which I do, if I'm ever adding a new network, then what you can do is use this website, chainlist.org. So how this website works is basically you want to type in the network that you're looking for. Say for example, looking for the Polygon mainnet, and you just simply click add to network, and it will add that network to your MetaMask automatically without you having to input anything, and it will choose an RPC, which is relevant as well. which is a little tip for you guys. So getting back to it, okay, let's bridge the funds. Yeah, I'm going to be going from Optimism to Arbitrum, and I'm going to be using the hot bridge. So one thing you have to look out for is even if you press max, it looks like it's taking some money off that you're going to be used for the transaction. You actually need to take a little bit more off. So for example, if we take that and put it to 7, and then we're trying to make that transaction like that. And there we go, it's going through. So this will probably only take a couple of minutes, and you'll see it'll go straight from a balance, will go straight from Optimism, it'll go into my Arbitrum wallet. And yeah, that's pretty much all you need to do to qualify for this week's NFT. The second NFT will be for all those guys that use the bridge with the most volume, which as of right now is the Hop Exchange. So yeah, I'll probably do a little video like this each week to show you guys how to qualify for the NFTs each time. And yeah, so thanks for listening, guys. Obviously, if you like these kind of videos, please subscribe for more. I do have my own Discord community, which is growing as well, so I've got a link to that in the description of the video. And yeah, so thanks for listening, and until next time, bye.